Hello, collective. This is Divinely Guided Chosen Star Seed, spiritually 777. How y'all doing? All right, I've already have looked up these cards. I've been kind of like, yesterday was number 13, right? So July 13th, 2024. So as I was driving, and as I was driving, I noticed it was a lot of police officer. So number 13 tells you something. Number 13 gonna give you a 10 and a 3. Give you a 13, right? But for my understanding, if a number 3 in there, that has something to do with some money. They was on that getting that money, right? Being people, tickets and fines or whatever. Seemed like there was a lot of things going on yesterday. A lot of laws, police officers doing their job. Everybody gotta do their work, right? Teach his own. 13 give you death and transformation too. Give you an end and give you a beginning. If something fail, you fail and you get back up. Blue's Clues. I'm talking about popos. Popos doing their job. They gotta get paid just like everybody else, as who I am, as the person I am. And the first thing is it's like, the police is the bad guy. Well, you could be bad too and good. Everybody have their own job and they have to do that. And sometimes people do it too much. Sometimes you do more deviled than you do as an angel. So to each his own. Now, I try to keep a balance in here. You figure out which one. Because 9 out of 10, you figured out you the devil anyway, right? You claim as the angel, but you decide that you chose and the choices that you make in this life. I'm going to give both positive and negative here. And that's what I am. You choose to select who you are and who is in the roles of this seat. Because I don't know how it's going to be on this particular one. So let's start here. The first card I'm going to bring, today is Cancer. That's the month. Regardless if we in here, Cancer Mother is here. And shout out to Cancer, birthdays, born day, however. Celebrate. Regardless, you came in for a receipt. Receipt, I guess. Resin and receipt. Maybe that's somebody. Resin and a receipt. So somebody, you got some receipts coming, or something that you have may lost something. Maybe you might have to go back and use the receipts to do something, to bring money back to whatever. It's to each his own. It's something has to do with money. 3 is that. So that has something to do with some abundance. And also abundance is enlightenment too. And also has to do with healing. So whoever, if somebody resonate in that, okay. Significance with that is something of my speech, my clairaudience, and what came out is something was trying to stumble or stop my voice, or to give me something in between of what I'm saying. All right, this is Cancer Moon, but this here, I'm not saying moon, but I'm pulling the card of the moon. It's the month of Cancer, mother. Okay, I mean the fourth house. So here, this is one of the cards I'm gonna bring here. It says here, a personal issue reaches a resolution. So it's a resolution. There I go. I'm breaking down. It's the resolution. Resolution means it has reaches. So something has been grabbed, and that means that is a strong arm that's reaching for a resolution. And somebody, it's a personal individual, has some type of issue, okay? But it is something that you can reach and you're able to take care of it. Something that you are personal. It is personal about an individual, masculine or feminine. This has to do with Cancer in the fourth house, and it has to do with the moon. Okay, full moon of Cancer. So, okay, that's one. And the next one is still here, the new moon in Cancer and a full moon in Cancer. So here we go. You or loved ones are safe. Saying that you and your loved ones are safe. So this is someone that has Cancer in the fourth house, and in your chart, natal chart, and that you have that. You can go look on the cafe and give the cafe of astrology to figure out which one placements and which one in your house. So hold 12 grand of grand. Okay, that means that is a 12. That means you have that abilities. Just not just one of a birthday. It's a lot of things. And it keeps you at peace and keeps who you are and understand about everything about you. Okay. All right. So let's get on Moonology. This is the Oracle Cards Guidebook, and this is by Yasmin Boline. Let's get some understanding about what's going on with Cancer. Cancer got the full moon and the new moon. So this is somebody that resonates or signifies or whoever, masculine or feminine. Now you know we got different type of phases. Some people don't know that, but it's a lot. Full moon first. 74 on that. That's a little 11 on there. It's got some justice going on in here. Full moon is a personal issue reaches resolution, and it has something to do with some justice going on in here. The fourth house is the Chariot. Okay. All right. These are likely to get very heated as the full moon in Cancer. It's a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. Okay? It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some it says they are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals. Okay? And it says right here, it means tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially effeminate time. Okay? And it also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. Okay. This is a card. Also suggests both that a domestic matter or a private issue will soon come to a head. And that is, it said, and that is a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is a time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. All right, so this has something to do with the fourth house. Fourth house has to do with your home. And then I tell you that 7-4 gonna give you that justice. Either you're gonna get karmic justice or justice. It's just also giving you your visionary as a mother in a home. Pay attention about your visionary. Okay. Sometimes you just call. It's like everything in order. 9 and 10, right? 9 and 10 gonna give you an ending, and gonna give you a journey, and give you a beginning too. So it's like death is only the beginning. Meaning it was a time of things. Numbers is in order, natural order. And natural order is going to give you the resonation, the resolution, the ending of it, the revealing of all things at the time is this. You're going to reveal the hunt. You're going to reveal the plate. And plate has to do with license. License has something to do with ID. So at this time, this is the resolution of the revealing of it, of all the things from the time of nine. Nine is the ending, but also is the death part, giving that number 13 that I gave earlier. 13 gonna give you that mission, which is mean that death and transformation. Also gonna give you a 33, gonna give you a mission that your mission has already done. It's like missions. I believe that is. Well, he's a Cancer anyway, so my understanding, impossible. You're in a mission impossible, that you're able to do things that some things can, but anybody can. But it's about you end from something. Now you became something new, and become transformed, and to be all the things you went through from the brokenness. Seem like it's brokenness of your family. And it seemed like my understanding, it comes back to your family again. It's a time to deal with family issues coming up. And it's like dealing with your children. If it's in your home, then you're dealing with your past, ancestry, spirits, Akasha's records about things that come back to redo, bring back to an ending of revelation, and bring it back to a genesis. It gives you an ending of it. Come back, travel from a future, come back as the past to go through the process of a dream state. Give you REM here, shift and jumps. I'm coming for it. So when I say I'm coming for something, it has something to do with travel. It has something to do with the beginning and the end. And the end comes back. Travel as a journey comes back to get the understanding of why you had to go through the processes. Even if it's either health, science, also is technology. All of it is a person being as another individual. You become your own, but then somehow into this ending of this gonna give you an anti something that's not real, but you put the position as who you are, but someone else in place of who you are. So who control of the fate? You're gonna figure out. So my understanding, you're dealing with family in the fourth house. Fourth house gonna do with family in. That is a person, place, and thing that you surround. Like I said, always gonna be a place. Who rep your city? Who in your family? It has a family, friends that you have not talked to. It has a work setting. Also has to do with your home. You may be working at home. You may could bring the sixth house, which is Virgo, okay, and pull it in. You mean meaning what you do in your third house with your communication, and so you'll tie of work setting, what you do as mean creativity. However you do your personal whatever job, um, whatever your description or what is your job duties. So you may be the one in that sixth house, and then bring the communication of Gemini and bring it in your home. So so those houses would be third and fourth house, and then using a sixth. So that will give you 3 and 4, 7, 7 and 6. You know what you're giving with that. That's the kind of Capricorn energy, right? 7 and 6. But then you're gonna give, let's see, you still 13 in it. Then you go with that 13 energy. You're going to have death and transformation about the next. But when you bring all that time in your own home, then you're going to figure out something. Some things at home should be at home, and then you'll do your work setting in another place. If it depends on what you do with your duties of your job description. Sometimes when you work, your work is there. Work and family are two different. I'm saying it's two different things here. When you work, that's your business. That's 211. It has something to do with your intuition. Also going to do about your justice, right? and give you 22 and they give you a master. Okay, but if you mastering something, depends on what you're doing. Now, if you bring it in your home, then you got a problem because you ain't at peace. What was the purpose to bring work in home in the first place? Somebody make sense. If you felt like it was easy to work at home, but how? Where do you find your peace? Your peace is call it serenity, but it's your your concern. Con has to do with prison, but in your mind, you're gonna bring in that type of job in your home. You gonna have how you gonna have a balance with that, because it ain't nothing separating in that. You bring in a whole, and it brings all kinds of stuff in one home. That's my understanding. Serenity, a mother's gonna know certain things shouldn't be. It depends on what your work setting. If it has to do with homely things and what people do at home, you might be all right. But when you're doing other things, you got a lot of people around, and you pulling that energy back to your home. That's to each his own. 16 on 18. So sometimes it's like stuff fall, and some behind it be something hidden or illuminating. Okay, if that has to do with that, because sometimes it is something that's hidden behind it in that, and it falls from it. But understand it. It also can tell you where it's more um, hidden things subconscious that you don't understand why it fell in the first place. Makes sense if things ain't working, and somebody uh, could be resonate on that, masculine or feminine. But sometimes you have to have your peace and separate your job. Okay, leave that, because if you're dealing with so many people, you don't want to bring that energy back to your home. That's why it's very important. A lot of people that has, if they different people don't put their shoes in their own house, they leave it at the door. It's a place, long time ago, they have a little place where you come in, and you come in the house, and you have this little, where they have little seats, and they leave their shoes right there, because your shoes is bringing in the energy back into your home. A lot of things, it's like a lot of things you know about, but you just don't do. You know better, but you just don't do it anyway. A lot of times we kind of know a lot of things. It starts why the reason, and it'll be spiritual, be in the Bible. Why is the reason why you supposed to take your shoes off and become and be up on somebody else's, I call it, mm, tabernacle, okay? And you're not supposed to put no shoes there. It's just your feet and you, not bringing in extra things that come in. But this spiritual walk is a walk, and everybody is everybody in. It's just hidden knowledge, and also illuminating of things that we know we just don't do. You know what I'm saying? We know a little bit more of the common sense, but we worried about uh mm, perception of what other people want to say, because you know already. You know better. You know. But when you become common, now you become as something that evil, right? And perception is the number one stunner right now. So you see evil has been the number one, and then common sense has become as the bad guy. And that's what anti is, and the beast and the Christ, antichrist, beastly things we like. Means what we do on the world become as in, and like I say, influence on everything. A lot of people got a lot of influence, but they still don't understand about the common sense. We know how to do all about the worldly perception more than anything, but we still on that baby, and still can't get to understand why we keep going to the same and can't finish it. That's for anybody. I'm just being real. Some people don't talk like that. Truth can be something, a beautiful thing, but then the other people come against you because you know too much, and that stops other people. But they'll use it though. You know, Being a son is absorb. You know what I'm saying? They will take all that absorb and take your stuff and travel to the next. You be sitting up here getting pennies and little bit. But listen, abundance, it don't always have to be with fold and coins. It's just because you bless where you go. If that's resonates to somebody. All right, so we talking about family. So it tell you here, it got the tune on it. It means that a tune that's got that Claire. Claire gonna have that Claire audience. So that's gonna give you what's the best move toward that you want to do on this sideway matter. See, it's got 69 on sideways. So it's like sideways. Side with a Cancer is 69. So 69 has to do with the Capricorn energy, right? But it's also Cancer. Mother can be mothering and she can be as something as a beast too. Because hey, don't mess with her on that time because you ain't gonna win on that. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna win on that. Because the reason why I say that, mothering is she's got the wisdom. And across that is the Capricorn and she about business. There's two things about her. Mothering and work. And like I said, I just started that. And you're starting with work. Work has to do with abilities, which you're gonna use that Virgo, which that sixth house gonna give you that create. But with the 10th house, with the Capricorn, she out that business. Don't mess with them business. She coming for you. Just letting you know. I'm just being honest about this perception of what's really going on. All right, we're talking about abundance and the wheel of fortune. All right. So with that mission, but when you're dealing with the 69 energy, it's like she going back side to side. She ain't walking. She paying attention about her money. She paying about her home and what's her mind is on both back and forth. Because if it is either one, it's the ending for something. She got to pay attention. It says right here, be carefully, tread. It's being like somebody's tires. Hope nothing is wrong with somebody's tires, but tires has tread, and it has to have a build up on it. If your stuff is bald, then you steering that chariot. You can't drive balance with it. So tread is going to add to the rubber of the tires, right? We talking about a chariot. We talking about a Cancer. But just giving you the information, it's giving you carefully move towards your goals of your dreams. Because why? Somebody is just coming at Treme. Treme gonna give you that New Orleans energy, right? Give you that picture frame, right? A picture frame has a whole lot to do with family, all right? And with that family has a portrait on there, right? All right, let's give you the information about it. It's the imaging is what I'm talking about. Somebody may have a mother named Imogene or Imogene. Imaging has to do with imaging. That means something that's projecting a visionary that we see on daily. It could be somebody projecting off something of that portrait. Pay attention. Time has to do with feminine and time. Time has to do with Godfather. Also has a feminine too. As a woman, as the goddess too. Because she has her own small clock. And a man has a godfather as well. So I think to my understanding it's just signals. Be careful, meditate, soothe, it says heighten emotional. Don't be clingy and stop sulking. Like sulky, Have you had enough family time lately? Giving you the energy. Maybe somebody need to do some family and may have some type of family time. Maybe things ain't when you dealing with family, and I noticed that because at a time of this you have I've noticed a lot of the mothering and the daughter. Right now we have this, I think this TikTok right now. TikTok got something on right now on TikTok. I'm gonna do probably little different videos because I'm not gonna do spurs at it. And they have something about they're coming back for the mothering if the mother was not teaching correctly. And the daughters come back to say something because it was some things that they should have said, but they waited for all that time, and then they become after they have kids, then they want to come talk that shit stuff about organisms behind the hood. That means a lot of things that should have been dealt in certain situations at a time, and how they felt would depend on of the body of the illness or what did happen because they held it for so long. Then other things start not working correctly, be broken. But and then if it's like that, then here it go. Then the mothering decide they want to talk about the daughter, about the things that they wanted her to be. And then as a time at this, as the mothering seems that she's already had a daughter, now it's time to talk mess about the hood, about the shit. And here they go, the same mess, but just different roles. Now they feel like want to talk about each other. So we come against mother and daughter comes against the mothering. Same as the role with the father and the son come against the father. Then we're and it's like in hoots to each other. I mean, the battle royale against each other involved. And then you have something surrounding. It is an entity that cause problems in your home. And 9 out of 10, it could be an old soul come from Pisces energy to bring you back as certain titles of the same thing, but different languages. It's the same of the junk, of the functions that we know. The busy you are, the more that the entity will feed and also keep you separation of your own family. And in between, you know, when you're separating and you know this entity has place in your home, your family, your kids, and decide to come in one place and start the whole shit and separate, so you can't even balance, you can't even uplift yourself, and the family can't raise up because they keep you as an unstable house. And when there's unstable, this entity, old soul, that's been here a long time, they come around and keep the same mess going on. And this is about your home. This has to do with your creativity. It goes to your work setting, your perception, your earthly realm, what you do with your money, how you bring your earth back into your home. You tied down to an entity that comes around because this is what they've been doing for years. And one card just giving you that about the mother in the fourth house. All right, now 7-4 and 7-5 gonna give you the indicates. I say indicates or indicates, but it could be a gate. So maybe that's that fourth house is a gate that is a revolving of a door, and resolution is coming because somebody keep coming in and out of your fourth house and causing problems in your house. Now let's get on here on another one. It says you and your loved ones are safe. So they's giving you that. But understanding now, this got something to do with insecurities, overcoming insecurities that you went through of the ending of a transformation and all of that. But the teaching part is the hiding of the emotion of the moon Cancer month. Got some Mondays going on. All right, but however, it's two home. It's give you a two home signs, giving you Taurus. Taurus gonna give you that big head, you know, and stern too, and stubborn at the same time. In that, and you may be dealing with a daughter, if it's the mother and daughter energy, giving you that south node energy, knowing that the south node is you need to keep in the north node. Okay, you may be dealing with the south of the country, and you dealing with that type of energy, and then you know that you have to go and put in a north node type of energy, and you already in the south. So that means you have to figure out in that south, I mean the perception around, maybe you have to change something. Okay, but if you're dealing with a daughter, okay, mother and daughter issues, okay, then you have to figure out how you can bring the south node into the north. And if the same thing with the father and the son, the same energy, you're dealing with that south node energy. Okay, so how can you make it homey, and how you keep your work and creativity when you're dealing with entity surrounding and not to build, and it's falling because this particular is a revolving door. But the justice gonna have protection and give justice. Karma is that, and let you know that you don't have to worry about nothing. See? And it says all is as it should be. Don't worry, all will soon be well. It's giving you the ending of the whole of the mission of all the things you went through. Well, there's some good stuff here. And there is a 3027. Okay, I'm going to stop here because it's 30. And I'm going to come back and do another one. Okay.